Central
tonight here on
Wisconsin's original
WOSQ
ESPN FM
as the Marshfield Post. That's up next on Sports Radio 92.3 FM WOSQ and on WOSQFM.com. Marshfield American Legion Baseball on WOSQ is brought to us by Masonville Dairy, The Hearing House, Edward Jones Investments, and financial advisor Brian Kaiser. Forward
Tired
Bank,
of hearing about
Hefco
checking
Floral,
account features?
I-State
So are
Truck
we.
Center,
It's
and
more about
Ag
what you
Country
can do with your
Farm
money
Credit
to live the
Services.
life you want.
It's Marshfield American
Forward
Legion
Bank
Baseball.
puts your access to everything you need in the palm of your hand. Mobile deposit, recurring digital payments, transfer funds, or pay a friend easily. Yes, our checking is free and includes all that you would expect. It's supported by your neighbors and friends at Forward, dedicated to serving our communities. Open online today at forward.bank.
Hiller's Ace Hardware in Marshfield, Central Wisconsin's Milwaukee Tool Destination Center. The tools you trust from the people you can depend on. Shop the store within a store and find what you're looking for.
That's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for. Now that's what I was looking for.
You'll find what you're looking for. We redesigned our store to offer the biggest selection of Milwaukee tools. A selection so big, you'll need a map to find your way out. Hiller's Ace Hardware in Marshfield, Central Wisconsin's Milwaukee Tool Destination Center.
Came from behind to edge Wausau in that first ball game this evening by a score of 9-8. Marshfield and Wausau baseball action tonight here at Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield. On the mound tonight for Wausau, it's Davis Winter, and throwing for Marshfield, it's Pittsville right-hander Dawson Luther. Good crowd on hand this evening. It's a Forward Bank night at the ballpark this evening as we celebrate Forward Bank and their involvement in Central Wisconsin communities. Before this ball game gets underway, let's take a few moments for our national anthem. There is our national anthem. We're set for baseball here at Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield. Marshfield and Wausau meeting tonight in American Legion baseball action. Marshfield Blue Devils in first place in the Wisconsin Valley American Legion standing, 7-1 coming into this ball game. Wausau is in sixth place at 3-7. Marshfield on the field defensively. At first base for the Blue Devils tonight is Nathan Richardson. At second base, Mason Anderson. At shortstop, Cash Osterman. At third base, Chase Robinson. The right fielder is Bryce Shoddy. In center field, Jacob Sadowska. In left field, Owen Griesbach. The catcher is Mac Konieczny. And on the mound for Marshfield, Pittsville right-hander Dawson Luther. Lights are on. Beautiful evening here in central Wisconsin. So stop on down and take in some baseball tonight. Marshfield facing Wausau in American Legion baseball. Wausau 9-17 overall, 3-7 in league play. Marshfield 13-7 overall and 7-1 in the conference this year. Dawson Luther wrapping up his warm-up throws on the mound for the Marshfield Blue Devils. Dawson made his presence felt in that ball game last night at the plate with 3 hits, in fact 4 hits, including a double and 5 RBIs in Marshfield's 8-4 win over Wausau at Athletic Park. Dawson closing out his warm-up throws as we get set for baseball here at Jack Hackman Field. Lead-off batter for Wausau, the shortstop, Maddox Hurtis.
Now batting for the Bulldogs, number 13, Maddox Hurtis.
Hurtis stands in, batting right-handed. Beautiful evening for baseball, and great night to be out here at the ballpark watching American Legion action tonight. Luther ready. His first pitch taken over for called strike 1. Play underway here at Jack Hackman Field, Marshfield and Wausau in Legion baseball tonight. Luther throws 0-1. Bit low for ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. The venerable Craig Terpstra umpiring behind home plate for us this evening. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Luther throws again. Popped up on the right side. Playable for first baseman Nathan Richardson near the bag, and he'll grab it for the out. 1 out in the Wausau first.
Number 8, Cam Rye.
And catcher Cam Rye standing in for Wausau. Rye hitting right-handed. Dawson Luther working from the wind-up position. Sets and delivers. Rides high for ball 1. American Legion baseball tonight on WOSQ, brought to us by Hiller's Ace Hardware, South Central Avenue in Marshfield. 1-0 pitch, slam back up the middle for a solid base hit. Cam Rye singles to center field. And Wausau has a one-out base runner. Left-handed. Rye leads at first base, held there by Nathan Richardson. Luther from the stretch. Pitch to Winter on the way, got the outside corner for called strike 1. No score, Wausau batting. Top of the first, 1 out, 1 on. No balls, 1 strike on Davis Winter. Back in there, open stance. Toss to first base, Rye dives back in safely. By the way, Hiller's Ace Hardware in Marshfield is your Milwaukee tool distributor with the area's largest selection and lowest prices. 0-1 pitch on the way, that rides high for ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hiller's Ace Hardware, South Central Avenue in Marshfield. 1 ball, 1 strike on Davis Winter, back in there. Rye leads at first. Luther sets and throws once again a big swing and a miss. Nice breaking ball by Luther. He gets ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Very young Wausau ball club. As we mentioned, Winter is a college-age player, but they have a lot of freshmen and sophomores on this team. Toss to first base again. Rye dives back in safely. So Coach Magnuson working with a lot of young ball players this year. Ball and 2 strikes on Davis Winter. Luther throws once again, a swing and a miss. Again, nice off-speed pitch by Luther, and Winter out on strikes. First strikeout for Dawson
The
Luther.
strikeout brings up number 12, Marshall Helke.
The Wausau
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield has tasty char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ.
swing and a miss. 0-2. Dawson has that breaking ball working effectively tonight. Helke, the Wausau cleanup man, behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Luther ready once again. Now throws, runner goes. Pitch foul down the third base side. Robinson comes over near the dugout and grabs it to end the inning. Chase Robinson grabs that foul pop-up to retire.
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield has tasty char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between. Check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See Chips' complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream, all served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield. Be a champ and have a chipperific day.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafetieri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Due up for the Blue Devils in the bottom of the first, Sadowska, Konieczny, Luther.
Marshfield batting in the bottom half of the first. Leadoff man is the center fielder Jacob Sadowska. Jacob batting left-handed. The pitch by Davis Winter on the way. Ground ball left side. And grabbed the deep short by Curtis. Turns and throws late. And Jacob Sadowska will reach on the infield hit. Placed well by Jacob, that spot. Batter for Marshfield, the catcher Mac Konieczny, hitting right-handed. Pitch on the way on the inside corner for a called strike one. Play just underway here at Jack Hackman Field. Marshfield and Wausau meeting tonight. Blue Devils batting bottom half of the first. Runner goes, pitch on the way, hit to shortstop. Picked up by Winter, fumbles it, grabs it again, throws to first base, and just in time for the out. Sadowska off at the pitch at first base, so no chance to get the Marshfield. Batting for the first time tonight. Dawson hitting left-handed. Slightly open stance. Pitch on the way. Rides low and inside for ball one. Marshfield and Wausau baseball tonight at Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Half swing. And Craig Terpstra rules that pitch a bit high for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Luther back in there. And Winter fires again. Got the low inside corner for a called strike. 2-1. Understand the concession stand is well stocked. Stop on by and grab some refreshments, grab a snack or two while watching the ball game. Here's a 2-1 delivery. Line fouled on the third base side. Keep in mind, by the way, Mike Steinwagner is here, so if you plan on going to the concession stand, get there quick because it may not last long. The count on Luther, 2 balls and 2 strikes, back in there. Winter again from the stretch, checks the runner. And now throws ground ball right side. Warzilla at second base fumbles it, picks it back up and throws to first base just in time for the out. On that play, Sadowska takes third base.
Now batting number 34, Mason Anderson.
2 men down, the Marshfield batter, second baseman Mason Anderson. Anderson stands in, high hopper to the right side, and by the second baseman Warzilla into right field. Sadowska scores on the play, and Marshfield takes a 1-0 lead. That was a high chopper hit towards Warzilla at second base.
Now batting number 21, Owen.
And he'll be given an error on that play. Anderson reaching base on the error, no RBI. And Marshfield leads 1-0. Owen Griesbach batting. High hopper back to the mound. Grabbed by Winter, goes to first base in time to end the inning. Marshfield in the first, 1 run, it is unearned. 1 hit, 1 error, 1 man left on base. Our score after 1 inning of play is Marshfield 1 and Wausau 0. And back with more baseball in just a moment.
Bulldogs 0.
This summer, the whole family is invited to Marshfield's home base for fun. Woodfield Inn & Suites, where great rooms come with great rates. Splash around in the indoor pool. Mom and Dad unwind in the hot tub. Let your kids take over the arcade. Book your family getaway at Woodfield Inn & Suites. The 2026 American Legion State Baseball Tournament is in Marshfield. Make Woodfield Inn & Suites your home base.
Hello, I'm Jenny Shaner, Realtor, Next Home Hub City. If you're a first-time home buyer or seller, or you've been around the block, because of my experience, I'm able to help you in the most efficient way. I'm a full-time, full-service realtor. I focus on my clients 100%. Let's work together as a team for a win in your next real estate transaction.
Leading it off for the Bulldogs in the top of the second, first baseman Logan Levinsky.
Wausau batting top half of the second inning. Logan Levinsky, chopper to third, picked up by Robinson. Goes to first base in time for out number 1. 1 pitch and 1 out in the Wausau second inning.
Now batting for
Bulldogs batter, the third baseman Breck Blaubach. Right-hander Dawson Luther throwing for the Marshfield Blue Devils tonight. Blaubach stands in. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball across for called, strike 1. Wausau batting, top of the second. Marshfield on top early, 1-0. 0-1 on Breck Blaubach. Pitch on the way. Curveball pop foul on the first base side. Richardson comes over, has a look, and makes a diving attempt near the fence. And he makes the catch against that fence and also went hard into the fence. And Richardson is down. Nathan Richardson, the Marshfield first baseman, went to that fence just beyond the first base dugout. Now he's up, made the catch, then went hard into the fence. And his teammates rushed over there quickly to see if he was okay. And Nathan now gets up and says he's in good shape. So a great effort there by Nathan Richardson to catch that foul pop-up. And that is out number 2 in the Wausau second inning. Wausau batter, the left fielder Bennett Kobach. Hitting right-handed. Luther winds and delivers. Breaking ball across for called, strike 1. Wausau batting, top of the second. Marshfield on top, 1-0. Bases empty and 2 outs. There's a foul back behind home plate. 0-2 on Bennett Kobach. Kobach was the starting and losing pitcher for Wausau last night in Marshfield's 8-4 win at Athletic Park. Luther throws once again, a swing and a miss to retire the side. That's 2 strikeouts for Dawson Luther. He makes quick work of Wausau here in the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. After 1.5, our score is Marshfield 1 and Wausau nothing. More baseball coming up following these messages.
High school sports coverage is brought to you by
Right now about our home run sponsor in Nasonville Dairy. So we're just going to enjoy some music for the next couple minutes. Leading off the Blue Devils, number 8, Chase Robinson.
Old strike 1. Marshfield on top 1-0. Blue Devils batting, bottom half of the second here at Jack Hackman Field. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Big curveball breaks a bit high for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Chase back in there. Winter throws once again. Pop foul over the screen, out of play. 1-2. So 2 college-age ball players meeting right here. Davis Winter and Chase Robinson. Ball and 2 strikes to count. Winter fires once again. That ball hit deep down the left field line. Kobach over near the line, but the ball goes foul and out of play. Over that left field fence, but in foul ground. So Robinson back in there, ball and 2 strikes. Winter ready once again. Winds and throws. Hit foul on the first base side, this time out of play. 1-2. Robinson digs in once again. And Winter throws. A swing and a miss. Good fastball off the plate. And Robinson out on strikes. First strikeout thrown by Davis Winter tonight.
Now batting, Bryce Shoddy.
1 down, the batter for Marshfield, right fielder Bryce Shoddy. Bryce hitting left-handed. And Winter throws in the dirt for ball 1. By the way, more baseball in Marshfield tomorrow. The Marshfield 17U Ball Club in action here at Jack Hackman Field. 1-0 pitch, low and inside for ball, 2-0. Marshfield facing Everest in a twilight doubleheader tomorrow. Game 1 begins at 5 p.m. Marshfield and Everest in a 17U game. Winter throws again, low and inside, ball 3. He's behind Bryce Shoddy, 3 balls and no strikes. Bryce playing right field for the Marshfield Blue Devils this evening. Winter winds and delivers. Inside for ball 4.
Shoddy walks, bringing up
Shoddy walks
Nathan
on 4
Richardson.
pitches, and Marshfield has a one-out base runner. First baseman Nathan Richardson batting for Marshfield. Coach Josh Metz with some signs at first base, or third base rather. Richardson digs in. Shoddy leaves at first base. Pitch over for called strike 1. Marshfield on top, 1-0. Blue Devils batting, bottom half of the second, 1 out, 1 on. 0-1 on Nathan Richardson. Winter fires again. Ground ball third base side, just foul. Just outside the bag by inches. So Richardson back to the batter's box. The count, no balls and 2 strikes. Lights are on here at Jack Hackman Field as we hit the sunset hour in central Wisconsin. Richardson back in there. Winter ready. Curveball hit in the air to left field. Kobach in left center makes the catch for the out. And Robinson back to first base.
Now batting the shortstop, Cash Osterman.
2 down. And here's Marshfield shortstop Cash Osterman batting for the first time. Interesting how Coach Metz has used his batting order. And usually Osterman has hit number 9 this year, and that's certainly not a sign of his offensive skills. Pitch by Winter, up and in, ball 1. Cash, all-conference ball player from Pittsville. Had a couple of hits last night. Swings the bat very well. Hits better than most in number 9 hitters. 1-0 delivery. Over for call strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. And many managers like to do it that way. Put a strong hitter number 9, so in effect have a double leadoff situation. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch by Winter. Curveball hit in the air to left field. Kobach near the line, drifts under it, and makes the catch to end the inning.
For the Blue Devils, in the bottom half of
Marshfield in the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, a walk, and 1 man left on base. After 2 innings, our score is Marshfield 1 and Wausau 0. More baseball coming up in just a moment.
Nasonville Dairy began creating delicious cheese way back in 1885, and the Hyman family has been running the farm since the 1960s. Today, spanning multiple generations, father, sons, and grandchildren, they continue to carry
Little Sprouts Learning Garden with 2 convenient central Wisconsin locations. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
Little Sprouts has been around for almost 7 years here in Auburndale. In Rudolph, we've been open for about 2.5. We serve here in Auburndale. We have 6 weeks old up until 12-year-olds. And then in Rudolph, we have 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds. The biggest thing that we do with them is we have play-based learning so that they learn through play with each other. And social skills are a huge part of what we do with them.
Find Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
Center fielder Parker Hilke leads off the Wausau third. The pitch by Dawson Luther popped up on the first base side in foul ground. Richardson over again, slides, and this time cannot come up with it. Nathan made a play last inning, crashing into that fence on the first base side in foul ground. He held on. That time Nathan with a great effort again slid near the fence, but just missed catching that foul pop-up. It's the count on Parker Hilke, no balls and 1 strike. Dawson Luther making sure Nathan's okay before Richardson gets back to the first base position. Now he's set. 0-1 pitch. Curveball, a swing and a miss. 0-2. Boy, Luther making good work with that breaking ball today. He's ahead here, no balls and 2 strikes. Luther throws again, popped up into shallow center field. Sadowska drifts in and grabs it for the out. Parker Hilke retired on the soft fly ball to center field with 1 out. The catcher Mike Warzella bats for Wausau, hitting for the first time tonight. Dawson Luther pitching for Marshfield this evening. Into his motion, he now throws. Lone outside, ball 1. You're listening to Marshfield and Wausau American Legion Baseball on Sports Radio 92.3 FM, WOSQ, Spencer, Marshfield. 1-0 pitch, swung and a missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. And also on ZaleskiSports.com, I'm Gene Delisio at Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Curveball, beautiful pitch. Breaks across for a call and strike 2. 1-2 now on Mike Warzella. And Luther again gets set and throws high for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dawson Luther throwing for Marshfield this evening. Into his motion, he now throws again off the plate for ball 3. 3-2. We see Devin Cherney, the young man from Auburndale, doing some throwing behind the Marshfield dugout. Just to get loose. Now the full count pitch on the way, grounded foul down the third base side. Count on Warzella remains full at 3-2. Luther into his motion. Throws a curveball, swing and a miss. Another great breaking ball by Dawson Luther. And now 3 strikeouts for Dawson. Wausau batter, shortstop Maddox Hurtis popped to first his first time up. Hurtis stands in. Luther winds and throws. Curveball popped up into shallow center field. Sadowski comes in quickly and grabs it to end the inning. And Wausau in the third. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. We've now played 2.5 innings, and our score is Marshfield 1, Wausau nothing. More baseball coming up in just a moment.
Every big future starts with a small step. You can't plan every part of your child's future, but you can help them build smart financial habits that last a lifetime. That's why Simplicity Credit Union Youth Accounts make it easy to start early, helping young savers build confidence and grow towards a bright future. Because the lessons they learn today can grow into something bigger tomorrow.
Wisconsin shops at Gross Auto Group for 3 big reasons. No hassle pricing, lifetime warranty, massive selection, price to move. Gross Auto Group's no hassle pricing means the price you see is the price you pay. No back and forth, no wasted time. Our lifetime engine warranty means we want your new ride running for as long as you own it. And with 8 brands in 6 stores, Gross Auto has the ride you want at the price you need. 3 reasons, 3 towns. Gross Auto Group in Neilsville, Black River Falls, and Marshfield.
Marshfield batting, bottom half of the third. Top of the order coming up. Leadoff man is center fielder Jacob Sadowski, who singled and scored Marshfield's only run back in the first inning.
Leading off, number 3, Jacob Sadowski.
Jacob batting left-handed, facing Wausau right-hander Davis Winter. Winter winds and delivers. Ground ball towards second base, picked up by Warzella. Goes to first base in time for out number 1. 1 pitch and 1 out in the Marshfield third. Here's catcher Mac Konieczny batting for the second time. Mac bounced to short his first time up.
Now batting, Mac Konieczny.
Mac digs in, Winter into his motion. He throws. Down low for ball 1. Mac catching for the Blue Devils tonight. Winter throws once again. Across for a call strike, 1-1. If you're a Wisconsin sports fan, you'll want to tune in WOSQ on Wednesday evenings at 5 p.m. for Wisconsin Sports on the Go with Trage. Next pitch low for a ball, 2-1. Trajan Bogdanovich of Greenwood as special guests talk about Wisconsin sports every Wednesday, 5 p.m. on 92.3 FM, WOSQ. 2-1 pitch, high fly ball to right field. Hilke goes back, now gets there and grabs it for the out. Hit well the opposite way by Mac Konieczny, but tracked down by Marshall Hilke for out number 2. Marshall pitcher Dawson Luther now batting. He bounced to second his first time up, 0-1. Dawson hitting left-handed. Winter gets set and throws. Bit low for ball 1. Marshfield 1, Wausau nothing. Marshfield batting bottom half of the third. Bases empty and 2 out. 1-0 pitch on the way. In the dirt for a ball, 2-0. Trajan Bogdanovich of Greenwood, some interesting guests, and some insightful comments on Wisconsin sports every Wednesday evening. Here's the 2-0 delivery, going inside ball 3. 3-0. Dawson digs back in there, and Winter fires again. That's a cross for call strike. 3-1. Dawson, number 3 man in the Marshfield batting order tonight. Winter ready, winds and delivers. High hopper back to the box, snared by Winter. Underhands to first base to end the inning. Marshfield in the third. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. After 3 innings, our score is Marshfield 1 and Wausau nothing. We'll come back for more baseball following these words.
0.
Good evening, folks. Matt LePay here. Ridgetop Exteriors is kicking off your roof replacement like pros. Old shingles off, decking down, ice and water guard set. Textbook protection. Underlayment follows. Sealed tight like an O-line. Valleys flashed. Shingles installed row by row. Captain ventilated. The crew scoops every nail, leaving no yard marker behind. This project's wrapped. Your turn to call the play at ridgetopexteriors.com.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
Baseball tonight on WOSQ and ZaleskiSports.com. Wausau comes to bat, top of the 4th. Leadoff man is the catcher Cam Rye, who has Wausau's only hit, a base hit back in the first inning. Dawson Luther on the mound for Marshfield tonight. Lines and delivers. Curveball chopped on the third base side, foul for strike 1. It's Marshfield 1, Wausau nothing. Wausau batting top of the 4th here at Jack Hackman Field. Rye, the number 2 man in the Wausau batting order tonight. 0-1 pitch on the way, rides high for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tom Magnuson coaching the Wausau Legion Ball Club once again this year. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Curveball missed the outside corner. Ball 2, 2-1. I believe Tom had Johnny Schmitz on his roster some years ago. Back in the 20s and 30s. He's been there that long. 2-1 delivery. That bounces in for a ball, 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike on Cam Rye. Luther winds and throws. Up and in for ball 4. First walk issued by Dawson Luther. Brings up the Wausau pitcher Davis Winter. Out on strikes his first time up. Winter batting left-handed. Rye at first base, held there by Richardson. And Luther throws a breaking ball. Nice pitch again on the outside corner for a called strike. Dawson really controlling that breaking ball quite nicely tonight. He's ahead here, no balls and 1 strike. Luther sets himself again. And fires. Swung on and missed. 0-2. Don't see too many high school age pitchers with that kind of command of a breaking ball. But Dawson has that. He's ahead here, 0-2. Luther gets set, throws once again. Breaking ball, got the outside corner. Call strike 3. Some nice breaking balls by Dawson Luther as he records his 4th strikeout.
Now batting the right fielder, number 12.
One down. Here's the Wausau right fielder, Marshall Hilke, fouled to third his first time up. Luther from the stretch. He now throws a curve ball up and in for ball 1. Our score is Marshfield 1, Wausau 0. Wausau batting top of the 4th. 1 out, 1 on. Throw to first base, and Rye dives back in safely. Luther ready once again. Now throws, fouled down the right field line at a play. 1 ball, 1 strike. One other baseball game tonight on ZaleskiSports.com, and that's Stevens Point at Plover. That telecast is now underway on ZaleskiSports.com. 1-1 delivery, half swing, and they'll ring him up. Strike 2. Ball and 2 strikes on Marshall Hilke. Hilke back in there. Rye leads at first base. Luther now delivers a swing and a miss. That breaking ball again. And Marshall Hilke out on strikes. Luther is now fanned 5.
Now batting for the Bulldogs.
Batting next is the first baseman, Logan Glavinsky. Glavinsky batting right-handed. Rye still at first base. The pitch by Luther. Bit low for ball 1. One baseball game tomorrow on Zaleski Sports. That's the return game. Plover at Stevens Point. That broadcast 7 p.m. tomorrow evening on ZaleskiSports.com. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Fouled back. 1 ball, 1 strike on Logan Glavinsky, number 5 man in Coach Magnuson's batting order. Stands back in there. Rye leads at first base, held by Richardson. Luther looking over. Runner goes, pitch on the way. Breaking ball on the inside corner for a call and strike. Throw to second base is late. Ball bounced in. And a good effort by Mason Anderson to make a swipe tag after giving that short hop. But Rye does beat the tag. He's at second base to count on Glavinsky, a ball and 2 strikes. Glavinsky back in there. Luther stays in the stretch and fires. Ground ball left side off of Robinson's glove, picked up by Osterman, throws to first base, and Richardson can't dig it out. Ball caroms out towards the pitcher's mound, and Rye takes third base. Good effort by Osterman to get to that ball after it went off of Robinson's glove. But they'll give Osterman a throwing error on that play.
Now batting for the Bulldogs.
As Glavinsky reaches, and the bobble by Richardson as he tried to scoop it at first base. Caromed off his glove back towards the pitcher's mound, and that enables Rye to move from second to third. Now Rye will leave, and Gage Stockwell will come in as a courtesy runner for Wausau.
Now running number 17, Gage Stockwell.
Gage Stockwell, the courtesy runner at third base for Cam Rye. Wausau batter is Brett Blaubach. Ground ball towards shortstop, dug out by Sadowska. Goes to Anderson for the force play on Glavinsky to end the inning.
For the Bulldogs,
Wausau in the 4th. No runs, no hits, 1 error, a walk, and 2 men left on base. We've now played 3.5 innings, and our score remains Marshfield 1 and Wausau 0. Stay with us for more baseball coming up following these messages.
Legion Baseball.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
The quality materials that was used when the house was built were below builder grade. I wanted to do something a little exciting, add a little bit of color, a little bit of texture. The Infinity team took time to get to know us. He wanted to know what we wanted. Once he saw my design, he says, well, let's make this happen. It's a big project. Just changed the whole look of the house, and it looks like a brand new home. The Infinity team treated us like we were their family. I would recommend Infinity to anybody.
Not a deposit.
From St. Louis, in the bottom of
It's baseball action tonight here on WOSQ and ZaleskiSports.com. Marshfield batting in the last half of the fourth. And second baseman Mason Anderson stepping in. Mason batting right-handed against Wausau right-hander Davis Winter. Winter into his motion. Now delivers, ground ball over the mound and into center field for a base hit. Anderson singles to center field, Marshfield's second hit tonight. And the Blue Devils have a leadoff base runner. The left fielder Owen Griesbach now batting. Owen bounced back to Winter on the mound his first time up, so he's 0 for 1. Griesbach batting right-handed. Pitch on the way, curveball swung on and fouled off of Owen's foot for strike one. Anderson back to first base, no balls, one strike on Owen Griesbach. Beautiful evening here in central Wisconsin. Good crowd on hand watching baseball tonight. Now the 0-1 delivery. Across the knees, a called strike, 0-2. Owen stationed in left field for the Blue Devils this evening. Anderson leads at first base. Pitch on the way, and that's down low for a ball. Quick toss to first base. Anderson gets back in there safely. Anderson runs pretty well, even though he normally would be Marshfield's catcher. He's playing second base tonight. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Ground ball left side, and grab by the shortstop Hurtis at deep short, but he has no play. And Griesbach reached on the infield hit. Anderson stops at second base.
Now batting, number 8, Chase Robinson.
So back-to-back singles by Anderson and Griesbach. And Marshfield has base runners at first and second to begin this fourth inning. Third baseman Chase Robinson, the Marshfield batter. Chase out on strikes his first time up, so he is 0 for 1. Levinsky at first base is in. Winter from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Fly ball foul on the first base side. Levinsky has a look, but has no play. It falls out of play for strike one. Marshfield on top, 1-0. Blue Devils batting in the bottom half of the fourth. Runners at first and second, and nobody out. No balls and one strike on Chase Robinson. Winter again from the stretch. Now he fires. High fly ball again down the right field line, going foul, out of play. 0-2. Robinson back in there. Davis Winter on the mound for Wausau. Checks the base runners. Now throw, swung on a miss, gets away from the catcher, however. So Robinson cannot take first base because first base is occupied. However, the runners do move up. Robinson out on strikes, the second strikeout thrown by Winter tonight. But that ball squirmed through a Cam Rye and went to the backstop. And so because of that, Anderson takes third base and Griesbach moves to second. And right fielder Bryce Shoddy now batting. Winter winds and delivers. A swing and a miss for strike one. A good scoring chance here for Marshfield. 2 men in scoring position, only 1 out. 0-1 on Bryce Shoddy. Winter gets set, throws again, fly ball toward center field. Helke drifts back, makes the catch. Anderson tagging at third base. He'll come home and score Marshfield's second run. And Griesbach moves on to third. Sacrifice fly and run batted in for Bryce Shoddy as Anderson scores on the play. And Griesbach takes third base. And Marshfield now leads 2-0. The first baseman, Nathan Richardson, now batting. Fly to left his first time up, 0 for 1. Pitch by Winter, over for called, strike one. Now Marshfield 2, Wausau 0. Marshfield batting, bottom half of the fourth. Runner at third base and 2 outs. 0-1 pitch, line fouled on the right field line. Hit hard, but foul. 0-2 on Nathan Richardson. Nathan, the starting and winning pitcher for Marshfield last night up in Wausau. Winter throws once again. Fly ball into shallow center field. Helke coming on quickly and can't make the play. It drops for a bloop single. So Griesbach will score and Marshfield leads 3-0. Nathan Richardson bloops one to shallow center field. Out of everybody's reach. Griesbach is in. And Marshfield now on top, 3-0. The Marshfield hitter, shortstop Cash Osterman. Fly to left his first time up. Winter throws here across for a call, strike one. Marshfield has scored 2 here in the fourth. And the Blue Devils now on top, 3-0. Runner at first base and 2 out. 0-1 pitch on the way. Bounces in and bounces down the third base foul line. And so Richardson takes second base on that play. A wild pitch charge to Winter. The count on Osterman, 1 ball, 1 strike, with Richardson now in scoring position at second base. Ball and a strike on Cash Osterman. Winter ready. Fires, a swing and a miss. 1-2. Marshfield scoring 2 here in the fourth to add to their lead. Looking for more with Richardson second base. Winter ready once again. Curveball back to the left side and through the hole for a base hit. Richardson rounding third base, he'll try to score. Kobach's throw comes in late, and on the throw, Osterman takes second base. RBI single for Cash Osterman. Marshfield now on top, 4-0. Marshfield now with 5 hits today. 4 in this inning. Leadoff man Jacob Sadowski now batting. He has singled, scored, and bounced to second. Thinks about the bunt, but takes in the dirt for ball 1. So a 3 spot for Marshfield here in the fourth. Blue Devils now lead Wausau 4-0. With Osterman at second base and 2 outs. 1 ball, no strikes on Jacob Sadowski. Winter working from the stretch. And he now throws. Missed the inside corner for ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Sadowski, the Marshfield leadoff man tonight, digs in once again. Winter gets set and fires a swing and a foul at the plate. Count goes to 2-1. Base hit here could score yet another Marshfield run. Sadowski stands back in there. Winter ready. And now delivers. Ground ball toward shortstop and grabbed by Hurtis. He'll fire to first base in time to end the inning. But Marshfield adds to its lead here in the fourth inning. Blue Devils get 3 runs on 4 hits.
3 runs.
No errors and 1 man left on base. Our line score through 4 innings for Marshfield: 4 runs, 5 hits, 1 error, and 3 men left on base. For Wausau, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and Wausau has left 3. We'll come back to Jack Hackman Field and more baseball in just a moment.
So, after a couple years of this, it's time for more money and better opportunities. That's where Mid-State Technical College comes in. Are you a born leader? Is hospitality your thing? Maybe you're into efficiency. Or do you love building teams? No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options. So stop getting by and level up today.
Welcome to the competition where only the best healthcare plans rise to the top. MegaSure.
Presenting Paperwork Pound Cake. A half-baked plan with flaky service sprinkled on top.
Ooh. Next up, Security Health Plan.
I call this one the Sweet Security. It has high-quality coverage folded in, and it's frosted with award-winning local service that's sweet but never sugar-coated.
That's a slice of better. Chef Security, congratulations. Truly the recipe for better.
For the Bulldogs, the top of the 5th inning.
It's baseball tonight at Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield. Marshfield and Wausau meeting in Legion Baseball. Leadoff man for Wausau in the 5th. Left fielder Bennett Kobach struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Pittsfield right-hander Dawson Luther throwing for Marshfield tonight. His first pitch rides high for ball 1. Marshfield now leads 4-0 as Wausau bats top half of the 5th. Pitch on the way, line towards second base, and gets by the second baseman Anderson into right field. That ball hit very hard right at Mason. Took a wicked hop on him. It appears they'll give Mason an error on that play. So Wausau has a leadoff base runner. For center fielder Parker Hilke, he fly to center his first time up. Hilke batting right-handed. Luther throws over for call and strike 1. Nice evening for baseball here in central Wisconsin. Fans down here at Jack Hackman Field enjoying the ball game tonight. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Low and inside for ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody tonight in the left field bleachers out there on Spruce Avenue. They must be sold out tonight. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Breaking ball outside for ball. 2-1. Luther now at 51 pitches, and we're only in the 5th inning, so he's in pretty good shape for his pitch count. Here's the 2-1 delivery. Pot foul on the first base side of the play. Count goes to 2-2. Kobach leads at first base, held there by Richardson. 2-2 on Parker Hilke. Toss to first base, and Kobach dives back in safely. Hilke back in there. And the pitch from Luther. Curveball hit toward shortstop. Sadowska to Anderson for 1 on the first base, late. So Marshfield gets the force play at second base. Kobach retired for out number 1.
No, the second base.
And on the fielder's choice, Hilke takes first base. The Wausau batter, catcher Mike Warzala, struck out his first time up, 0 for 1. Excuse me, he's the second baseman, Mike Warzala. Hits one down the third base side, foul for strike 1. Warzala stationed at second base for Wausau this evening. Marshfield leads 4-0. Wausau batting top of the 5th. 1 out, 1 on. Luther throws once again. A big swing and a miss. Nice slow curveball by Luther. And Warzala behind. No balls and 2 strikes. Hilke leads at first base. Here's the pitch, high for ball, 1-2. On this date, back in 1937, the American League beat the National League in the All-Star game 8-3. 1-2 pitch, curveball hit foul, the first base side. The star of that ball game was Lou Gehrig with a double, a home run, and 4 RBIs for the American League. 1-2 on Mike Warzella. Luther throws once again. Curveball, a swing and a miss. Got that breaking ball up and in. Warzella couldn't handle it. And that is now 6 strikeouts for Dawson Luther. Out number 2, the Wausau batter, shortstop Maddox Hurtis, has popped to first and fly to center. He's 0 for 2. Quick toss to first base. Hilke dives back in safely. That 1937 All-Star game was quite noteworthy for one incident. Luther gets set and delivers. One outside, ball 1. That's the ball game in which Dizzy Dean was pitching for the National League, and Earl Averill hit a line drive off of his toe, breaking Dean's toe. There's a smash towards second base. Grab by Anderson, goes to first base in time to end the inning. And that play effectively ended Dizzy Dean's effective Major League career. In the 5th for Wausau, no runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 man left on base. Now after 4.5 innings, our score is Marshfield 4 and Wausau nothing. And more baseball coming up in just a moment.
Hey, this is Brian Butch, former college and professional basketball player, here with a message from Abbey Bank. Safeguard your personal information and join us for Abbey Bank's free shred day on Wednesday, August 5th from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. at any Abbey Bank location. Shred your confidential documents for free, and while you're there, help make a difference. Bring a non-perishable food or hygiene item to support your local food pantry. For full details, head to abbeybank.com. Abbey Bank, where they make banking about you. This is sponsored by Abbey Bank, member FDIC.
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, how can I help you?
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken has been voted best pizza in Marshfield 16 years in a row. Scotty's Pizza and Chicken is ready for your call now. Choose drunken chicken, BLT, Western, mac and cheese, sweet chili chicken, and more. Plus, Scotty's has broasted chicken, fish sandwiches, salads, and desserts. Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, 715-384-8118 and scottyspizza.com.
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, how can I help you?
Highway 10 East Neilsville.
Now batting, the catcher number 6.
Please stay with us for American Legion Baseball tonight here on WOSQ and ZaleskiSports.com. Marshfield and Wausau meeting in this ball game this evening. Marshfield batting in the last half of the 5th. And catcher Mac Knichty stands in against Wausau right-hander Davis Winter. Winter into his motion, now delivers. Fly ball to left field. Kobach back in deep left towards the line, reaches up and grabs it for the out. Long fly ball tracked down by Bennett Kobach for out number 1. You're listening to American Legion Baseball on Sports Radio 92.3 FM, WOSQ, Spencer, Marshfield, and WOSQFM.com, along with ZaleskiSports.com. I'm Gene Delisio at Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield. Marshfield and Wausau meeting in this matchup tonight. Pitcher Dawson Luther batting for Marshfield. Fastball on the outside corner for called strike 1. Our score is Marshfield 4, Wausau nothing, as Marshfield bats last half of the 5th inning. Davis Winter winds, throws once again. In the dirt for a ball, 1-1. We mentioned that All-Star Game 1937, Earl Averill, the Cleveland slugger, lined a ball off of Dizzy Dean's toe and fractured Dean's toe. So he was sidelined for a while that season. Here's the 1-1 pitch on the way, fouled back. And then Dean tried to come back too quickly, and the toe was not healed. It affected his pitching motion, and he ruined his pitching arm because he tried to come back too soon. Here's the 1-2 delivery. That ball hit foul on the third base side, 1-2. So Dizzy Dean really never the same after that All-Star game of 1937, which he suffered that fractured toe. 1-2 the count. Winter winds and throws once again, a swing and a miss. And Dawson Luther out on strikes. Third strikeout for Davis Winter tonight. And scored tonight. Here's a chopper foul on the third base side for strike one. Mason 1 for 2 on the evening. Marshfield leads 4-0 as the Blue Devils bat, bottom half of the fifth. Base is empty and 2 out. 0-1 on Mason Anderson. Winter throws again, a curveball hit towards deep short. Grabbed by Hurtis, turns and fires late. Anderson beats it out for the infield hit. Nice effort by Maddox Hurtis at shortstop. But Anderson beats it out. And Marshfield has a 2-out base runner. Left fielder Owen Griesbach now batting. Owen has singled and scored and bounced back to the pitcher. He's 1 for 2. We'll see if Anderson's on the move here with 2 outs to get him in scoring position. Griesbach stands in. Winter from the stretch. Pitch on the way, fouled back for strike one. No balls, 1 strike on Owen Griesbach, number 5 man in the Marshfield batting order tonight. Griesbach back in there, Winter from the stretch. Now delivers. Over the knees, a called strike. 0-2 on Griesbach. Owen batting right-handed, slightly open stance. Winter fires once again, a swing and a miss. That will end the inning. And now 4 strikeouts for Davis Winter tonight. Marshfield in the 5th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, they leave 1. Through 5 innings, our score is Marshfield 4 and Wausau 0. More baseball coming up following these messages.
Retirement is a balancing act because everyone's financial situation is unique. A reverse mortgage loan can transform your home's equity into accessible cash, whether it's to pay off your mortgage, cover bills, or fund your dreams.
The cash is there if we need it, and it just takes a little stress off of our lives.
You have something else to fall back on?
Call me, Josh Kilty, your local retirement mortgage specialist, for a free consultation to help bring financial stability to your life.
Man, that furnace is just going down and retirement's not working out how we wanted to have it happen. What can we do?
Let's see what Donnie has to say.
At Citizens Financial Services, located at Citizens State Bank, we specialize in developing unique plans for our clients to provide guidance in retirement. A customized plan starts with your goals, your needs, paired with a well-thought-out strategy to address those goals.
I think this is going to work.
To set up a time, call me, Donnie Snyder, at 715-486-8151.
American Legion Baseball tonight on WOSQ and ZaleskiSports.com. Wausau batting in the top half of the 6th. Catcher Cam Rye on base twice tonight with a single and a walk. The pitch by Dawson Luther breaks across for called strike 1. Marshfield on top 4-0 as Wausau bats top of the 6th. 0-1 pitch to Cam Rye on the way. Curveball. Leaves it high for ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rye has Wausau's only hit. A single back in the first inning. Luther throws 1-1. Curveball missing inside for ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Dawson Luther has been awfully tough on the mound tonight. No runs on 1 hit. Walked 1, struck out 6 so far this evening. He throws once again, high for a ball. 3-1. He walked Rye back in the 4th, now in danger of walking him again. Rye back in there. And the 3-1 pitch on the way, up and in for ball 4. And Cam Rye on base for Wausau 3 times tonight. With a single and 2 walks.
Now batting the pitcher number 3, Davis Winter.
Pitcher Davis Winter now batting for Wausau, has struck out twice. He's 0 for 2. Winter batting left-handed. Luther from the stretch. Pitch on the way. High fly ball to right field. Shoddy goes back to deep right field. The ball over his head, but he makes the catch. No, he looks like he missed the ball on the warning track. Ball got by Shoddy, and so Winter to second base, and Rye takes third. Davis Winter with a double to deep right field.
Now batting,
So a threat here for Wausau. Base runners at second and third, nobody out. Looked like Shoddy might get that ball lined up, just eluded his glove in deep right field. And so Wausau has base runners at second and third, nobody out for right fielder Marshall Helke. Luther from the stretch. He now delivers. Fly ball in the gap in left center field. Sadowska and Griesbach trying to chase it down. The ball gets between them to deep left field. Rye and Winter both score on a double by Helke. So Wausau here in the sixth, a walk and back-to-back doubles. And the Bulldogs now trail 4-2. Two-run double by Marshall Helke to deep left field.
Now batting, Logan Glavinsky.
Wausau batter now, the first baseman Logan Glavinsky. He has bounced to third and reached base on an error. Luther sets himself. Here's the pitch. That breaks low for ball one. It's now Marshfield 4, Wausau 2. Wausau batting. Top of the sixth. Runner at second base. Nobody out. 0-1 on Logan Glavinsky. And the pitch by Luther. A swing and a miss. Good high fastball. 0-2. So Rye walks, then back-to-back doubles by Winter and Helke. And 2 runs are in here in the Wausau sixth. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Luther gets set. Throws once again. Nice curveball in the outside corner. And the count now 1-2 on Glavinsky. He digs in once again. And Luther throws. Curveball hit in the air to right field. Shoddy comes over near the line, makes the catch. Helke will hold at second base. Glavinsky flies to right. That's out number 1. Wausau batter now, the third baseman Breck Blaubach, has fouled out and bounced into a fielder's choice. 0 for 2. Blaubach digs in. Luther from the stretch. There's a curveball up and in for ball 1. Our score now, Marshfield 4, Wausau 2. Wausau batting, top of the sixth. Runner at second base and 1 out. Here's the 1-0 pitch on the way. Curveball over for call strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, we see a number of Wisconsin schools, colleges, adding women's flag football in the future. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Over for call strike. And the latest to do so is Mount Mary of Milwaukee. They'll add flag football for women in the fall of 2027. 1-2 pitch on the way, a swing and a foul to the right side of the play. Mount Mary is perhaps Wisconsin's least known university, but they're an NAIA school. They play in the Chicagoland Collegiate Conference. And they'll field a flag football team in the fall of 2027. 1-2 pitch on the way, ground ball towards short. Picked up by Osterman. He'll play to first base, and just in time for the out. And on the play, Helke takes third base. Blaubach hustling down the line, almost beat that throw.
Now batting left fielder number 20.
Helke moves to third with 2 outs. For left fielder Bennett Kobach, he is struck out and reached base on an error. Kobach digs in. Luther from the stretch. He throws up and in for ball 1. Mount Mary, one of 2 NAIA schools in the state. Mount Mary and Viterbo both are NAIA members. 1-0 pitch, up and in for a ball, 2-0. The NAIA, not all that well known in Wisconsin, but that's the more or less rival organization to the NCAA. 2-0 delivery, off the plate for ball 3, 3-0. And so Mount Mary will start a flag football program about a year from now. 3 balls, no strikes on Bennett Kobach. Stands back in there. Luther sets and throws high for ball 4. So Kobach walks on 4 pitches. Second walk issued by Luther in this inning. And that brings Josh Metz to the mound. Luther now at 80 pitches. He's been quite effective. Now 2 runs on just 3 hits. He's walked 3, struck out 6. Jacob Sadowska, who got the save in last night's ball game in Wausau, heading off the field. And now going back out. Jacob threw 2 innings of relief last night. And it appears he was eager to do so again tonight. But as of right now, Coach Metz will stay with Dawson Luther.
Second one is 4-2-1, 263.
Luther stays out there as Parker Hilke bats for Wausau. Hilke tonight has fly to center and reached base on a fielder's choice. He's 0 for 2. Tying runs on base with 2 outs. Luther from the stretch. Pitch to Hilke. Rides high for ball 1. Marshfield 4, Wausau 2. Wausau batting last half of the 6th. Runners at first and third and 2 outs. The 1-0 delivery. That's high for ball 2. 2-0. Luther getting his pitches up in the zone. In fact, too far up. Behind here, 2 balls and no strikes. Luther ready. Fires again. That pitch across for a call strike. Count now 2-1. Tying runs on base for Wausau here in the 6th inning. 2 balls, 1 strike on Parker Hilke. Pitch on the way. Low and outside for ball 3. And the count now 3-1. Runners take their leads. Luther ready. Throws once again. That's in there for a call strike. Count full 3-2, and with 2 outs, Kobach at first base will be off with the pitch. 3-2 on Hilke. Pitch on the way. Swung on and fouled back. Count stays 3-2. Dawson Luther trying to close out Wausau here in the 6th inning. 3-2 on Parker Hilke. Number 8 man in the Wausau batting order tonight. Luther sets once again. Runner goes, pitch on the way, pop foul again out of play. Stays 3-2. Tight ball game. Marshfield leading by 2 as Wausau bats here in the 6th. With the tying runs on base and 2 outs. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Parker Hilke. Luther gets set. Throws once again. Low and outside, ball 4. That will load the bases. Luther has now walked 3 this inning. And Josh Metz coming back out. So we'll see a pitching change for Marshfield. Dawson Luther cruising through 5, but here in the 6th, he's walked 3 and allowed 2 doubles.
Now batting for the Bulldogs, number 7.
Now when play resumes, we'll have a pinch hitter for Wausau. Gage Stockwell will bat for Mike Warzella. Dawson Luther leaves. And Jacob Sadowska comes to the foul line, changes gloves, and Jacob, who got the save for Marshfield last night, may come in and pitch here in the 6th inning. Now Mason Anderson will get loose, so Sadowska will play on the infield here. Likely Sadowska to shortstop and Osterman to second base. Mason Anderson, the new pitcher for Marshfield. We're at Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield this evening. Marshfield leading Wausau 4.
I got referred to the orthodontist and I was really nervous, but in my 2-year process, the staff was very welcoming and very kind to me. My brother also had treatment here and he was very happy with the smile. I'd recommend Bruce Orthodontics to all my friends and family that want a beautiful smile just like us.
When I come in for my appointment, the wait is really short. All of the workers are very kind and sweet. They try to make sure that everything in my mouth is just right after my checkup, and Dr. Bruce is very nice.
I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
At House of Heating, making your home comfortable is our biggest priority. That's why we offer dependable HVAC solutions and quality work in central Wisconsin. Our pros are knowledgeable in a wide variety of services so you can feel confident in your results. They'll offer the support you need, whether it's putting in a modern HVAC system or working on and maintaining your current unit. Get in touch with House of Heating at 715-384-3163 or contact houseofheating.com. House of Heating, heating and cooling the air you breathe.
Nuts Deep 2 Marshfield. That's one heck of a way to end or start your week.
Mason Anderson, the new pitcher for Marshfield. So Dawson Luther goes to center field. Jacob Sadowska from center to shortstop. And Cash Osterman from shortstop to second base. And pinch hitter Gage Stockwell stands in for Wausau. Bases loaded and 2 outs. Anderson throws, over for called, strike 1. Marshfield 4, Wausau 2. Wausau batting top half of the 6th, bases loaded, and 2 outs. No balls, 1 strike on Gage Stockwell. Mason Anderson on the relief, working from the windup here. Now goes to the stretch. And he delivers, low and outside, blocked by Knichny. Count now 1 ball, 1 strike. Dawson Luther goes the first 5 2/3 tonight. Leaves the ball game as Marshfield's pitcher of record on the winning side. He could still lose the ball game if all 3 of these runs score. 1 ball, 1 strike on Gage Stockwell. Anderson once again on the rubber. Gets a sign from Matt Knichny. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And hits Stockwell on the shoulder. Fastball comes inside. Stockwell hit by the pitch. And that will score a run, and Wausau now trails 4-3. As Hilke scores,
Back to the top of the order, and batting is number 13.
Kobach goes to third base. Parker Hilke takes second. Stockwell to first. Leadoff man Maddox Hurtis is now the batter for Wausau. Hurtis has popped to first, fly to center, bounce to second. He's 0 for 3. Anderson stays in the stretch here and throws over for called, strike 1. Hurtis, the 9th man to bat for Wausau here in the 6th inning. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Anderson gets set, throws once again. A swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes on Maddox Hurtis. Wausau shortstop and leadoff man tonight. Marshfield holding on to a 1-run lead. Hurtis batting right-handed, digs in once again. Anderson checks the base runners and delivers. Fouled back. Hurtis stays alive at 0-2. Marshfield on top 4-0 heading into this 6th inning. But Wausau now right back in the ball game with 3 here in the top half of the inning and looking for more. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Anderson again from the stretch. Now fires the curveball, popped up on the diamond. And the second baseman Osterman will call and grab it to end the inning. And the Blue Devils preserve their lead, but Wausau in the 6th, 3 runs on 2 hits, no errors. 3 walks, a hit batter, 3 men left on base. We've now played 5.5 innings, and our score is Marshfield 4, Wausau 3. We'll come back with more baseball in just a moment.
Miracle Year, Northwest.
Tired of hearing about checking account features? So are we. It's more about what you can do with your money to live the life you want. Forward Bank puts your access to everything you need in the palm of your hand. Mobile deposit, recurring digital payments, transfer funds, or pay a friend easily. Yes, our checking is free and includes all that you would expect. It's supported by your neighbors and friends at Forward, dedicated to serving our communities. Open online today at forward.bank.
Hiller's Ace Hardware in Marshfield, Central Wisconsin's Milwaukee Tool Destination Center. The tools you trust from the people you can depend on. Shop the store within a store and find what you're looking for.
That's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for. Now that's what I was looking for.
You'll find what you're looking for. We redesigned our store to offer the biggest selection of Milwaukee tools. A selection so big, you'll need a map to find your way out. Hiller's Ace Hardware in Marshfield, Central Wisconsin's Milwaukee Tool Destination Center.
Let's give you the final line now on Marshfield starter Dawson Luther. He went 5 2/3 innings, allowed 3 runs, all earned on 3 hits. Walked 4, struck out 6. 3 of those 4 he walked. He walked in that 6th inning. Marshfield batting bottom half of the 6th. Leadoff man, third baseman Chase Robinson has struck out twice tonight against Davis Winter. Winter throws here. Ground ball third base side and just inside the bag down the left field line. Could be extra bases. Robinson making that turn, heading to second base. He'll get there safely with a double. Chase Robinson doubles down the left field line. And Marshfield has a leadoff runner at second base. Here's the right fielder Bryce Shoddy. He has walked and drove in home a run with a sacrifice fly. Officially 0 for 0. Shoddy stands in. Davis Winter now at 68 pitches tonight. Throws over for call and strike 1. So Winter, the Wausau starter, still in the ball game for the Wausau Bulldogs. The 0-1 pitch on the way. Rides high and outside for ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Marshfield looking for some insurance runs, leading by 1 here in the 6th inning. Ball to strike the count. Pitch to Shoddy. Way high and outside for ball. 2-1. Bryce batting left-handed. Winter ready once again. Checks the base runner, sets and delivers. Line down the left field line that drops for a base hit. Robinson running third base, he'll try to score. Kobach's throw is cut off and then bobbled. And so Shoddy going to second base. RBI base hit for Bryce Shoddy. And Marshfield back on top 5-3. Robinson scores on the play. The relay throw back in. Carom off the glove of one of the Wausau infielders, allowing Shoddy to move up to second base on the throw. And now Wausau manager Tom Magnuson on the field. He'll take the ball from Davis Winter. And we'll have a Wausau pitching change here. New pitcher coming in for Wausau as Winter goes 5+ innings tonight. Gives up 5 runs, 4 earned on 8 hits. Walked 1, struck out 4. Threw 1 wild pitch. Is responsible for Shoddy at second base. And right-hander Maddox Hurtis leaves the shortstop spot. He'll be the new pitcher for Wausau post 10. Marshfield batting, bottom half of the 6th. Marshfield on top of this ball game 5-3. And while Maddox Hurtis gets loose, let's take time out for these messages.
High school sports is being brought to you courtesy of our broad.
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield has tasty char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between. Check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See Chips' complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream, all served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield. Be a champ and have a chipperific day.
Concrete plant off County Highway H just
Marshfield batter, first baseman Nathan Richardson has flied to left, single home run and scored. He's 1 for 2. Bryce Shoddy at second base, still nobody out here in the Marshfield sixth. Right-hander Maddox Hurtis now on the mound for Wausau. From the stretch, he throws high for ball 1. Our score now is Marshfield 5, Wausau 3. Marshfield batting last half of the sixth. Shoddy at second base with nobody out. 1 ball, no strikes on Nathan Richardson. Hurtis ready. Fires once again. Line deep down the left field line. Kobach giving chase, and that falls just foul at the base of the fence in the left field corner. A long drive hit by Richardson, but goes foul. And the count now 1 ball and 1 strike. Marshfield led 4-0 after 5. Then Wausau with 3 in the top half of the sixth to make it 4-3. Now the Blue Devils come back with 1. We're back on top 5-3. 1 ball, 1 strike on Nathan Richardson. Hurtis checks the base runner. Checks him again. Runner goes. There's a curveball up and in for a ball. Throw to third base is late as Shoddy slides below the tag, put down by Braubach. Throw was there, but the throw a bit too high. And so Shoddy steals third base. Marshfield's first stolen base tonight. The count on Richardson now 2 balls and 1 strike. Hurtis will now work from the windup. Into his motion, he now delivers. Swung on and missed. 2-2 on Nathan Richardson. Last night's winning pitcher for Marshfield. Nathan back in there. And Hurtis winds and throws a curveball back to left field for a base hit. Solid single for Nathan Richardson. Shoddy is in. And Marshfield leads 6-3. Nathan Richardson now 2 singles and 2 RBIs in this ball game. That run is charged to Davis Winter. Closing the book on him. Cash Osterman now playing second base, stands in for Marshfield. RBI base hit back in the 4th. He's also flied to left. It's a high fly ball here to right field. Helke coming a long way near the line, gets there and grabs it for the out. And Richardson holds at first base. That's out number 1. Marshfield leadoff man Jacob Sadowska now batting, has singled and scored. Bounced to second, bounced to short, 1 for 3 on the evening. You're listening to American Legion Baseball on Sports Radio 92.3 FM, WOSQ, Spencer, Marshfield, and WOSQFM.com, as well as ZaleskiSports.com. I'm Gene Delisio at Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield. Sadowska stands in. Pitch from Hurtis, high and outside, ball 1. Marshfield now leads 6-3. Blue Devils batting, bottom half of the 6th. Nathan Richardson at first base with 1 out. 1-0 pitch. Got the outside corner for a call strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Marshfield answering that 3 spot in the top half of this inning with 2 of their own in the bottom half. Now the 1-1 delivery. Hits Jacob in the shoulder. Slow curveball, and Sadowski hit by the pitch.
Sadowski hit by pitch, bringing up Matt.
So that sends Richardson to second base. Sadowski at first. For catcher Mac Konieczny, he's 0 for 3. Mac has bounced to short, flied to right, flied to left. Marshfield trying to add to their lead here. They're up by 3 as they bat here in the 6th inning. Konieczny stands in. Hurtis from the stretch. Pitch on the way, breaking ball up and in for ball 1. Still only 1 out here in the Marshfield 6th inning. 2 men on base. Hurtis working from the stretch. And he throws once again. Fouled over the screen into play. 1-1. American Legion Baseball on WOSQ, brought to us by Marshfield Utilities, your community-owned electric and water provider since 1904. Supporting the teams and teens of Central Wisconsin. Marshfield Utilities. Now the 1-1 delivery. Fouled on the first base side of the play. Count stays 1-2. Richardson back to second base. Sadowski to first. Ball and 2 strikes on Mac Konieczny. Mac batting right-handed, stands in once again. Hurtis will check the base runners. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball missed outside for ball. 2-2. Mac, a key man on that state champion Columbus Dons baseball team this spring. Count evens, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hurtis again checks the base runners. Pitch on the way. High fly ball to deep center field. Helke goes back, still going back, now reaching up, and he'll make the catch for the out. Richardson tags and goes to third base on the play. And Sadowski holds at first. Long drive by Matt Konieczny, but tracked down by Peter Helke for out number 2. On that play, Richardson moves up to third base. Sadowski at first for pitcher and now center fielder Dawson Luther. Dawson 0 for 3 tonight. He's bounced to second, bounced back to the pitcher, and struck out. Dawson hitting left-handed. Hurtis back in the stretch position once again. Runner goes, pitches high and tight for a ball. No throw through. And they'll allow Sadowski to steal second base. So 2 men in scoring position. The count on Luther, 1 ball, no strikes. Dawson digs in once again. Hurtis throws. A swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. By the way, we should mention again the 17U ball game this evening. Wausau scored 8 runs in the first inning and then lost 9-8. Here's the 1-1 delivery. A swing and a miss, 1-2. Marshfield scored 3 in the bottom half of the 7th to come from behind and win that ball game 9-8. That was the 17U ball game earlier this evening. Ball and 2 strikes on Dawson Luther. Hurtis throws a curveball here. Chop foul on the first base side. Count stays 1-2. Two men in scoring position for Dawson Luther. Had 5 RBIs last night. Hurtis gets set and delivers a long drive to deep right field. Helke goes back to the warning track, and this one is gone for a home run.
Home run for Dawson Luther.
Dawson Luther with a 3-run home run over the right field fence. Marshfield now has scored 5 here in the 6th, and the Blue Devils lead this ball game 9-3. Mason Anderson now batting for Marshfield. Now pitching for the Blue Devils. He has reached base on an error and singled twice, scored once. Curtis winds and delivers. Curveball hit in the air to shallow right center field. The second baseman, Wausau, goes out, makes the play to end the inning. But Marshfield responds in the sixth. The Blue Devils score 5 runs.
For Marshfield in the bottom of the sixth.
On 4 hits.
No errors.
No errors, a hit batter, no men left on base. We now move to the 7th inning with Marshfield leading Wausau 9-3. Back to Jack Hackman Field and more baseball in just a moment.
This summer, the whole family is invited to Marshfield's home base for fun. Woodfield Inn & Suites, where great rooms come with great rates. Splash around in the indoor pool. Mom and Dad unwind in the hot tub. Let your kids take over the arcade. Book your family getaway at Woodfield Inn & Suites. The 2026 American Legion State Baseball Tournament is in Marshfield. Make Woodfield Inn & Suites your home base.
Hello, I'm Jenny Shaner, Realtor, Next Home Hub City. If you're a first-time home buyer or seller, or you've been around the block, because of my experience, I'm able to help you in the most efficient way. I'm a full-time, full-service realtor. I focus on my clients 100%. Let's work together as a team for a win in your next real estate transaction.
A bear bait in the state of Wisconsin.
Legion baseball tonight at Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield. Wausau batting top half of the 7th. The leadoff man is the catcher Cam Rye. On base 3 times tonight with a single and 2 walks. Pitched by Mason Anderson, missing low and outside for ball 1. Marshfield scores 5 in the 6th, and the Blue Devils now lead 9-3. Anderson from the stretch. Delivers. Over for a call strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Marshfield led 4-0 after 5. Wausau scored 3 runs in the top half of the 6th to make it 4-3. There's the 1-1 delivery. That's low and inside for ball 2-1, but then Marshfield responded with 5 in the bottom half of the 6th for a current 9-3 score. 2 balls, 1 strike on Cam Rye. Digs in once again. Mason Anderson on the mound. Delivers, whacked deep down the left field line and curving foul and at a play. 2-2. Mason Anderson on the relief of Dawson Luther, who would be the winning pitcher if this score holds at this point. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Cam Rye, leading off the Wausau 7th. Anderson sets himself once again. There's a curveball that breaks a bit high and tight for ball 3. Count now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Anderson ready. Pitch on the way, fouled back. Down stays 3-2. If they win tonight, Marshfield will maintain its hold on first place in the Wisconsin Valley Legion Conference. Again, the full count pitch. Curveball breaks high and tight for ball 4. And Cam Rye on base 4 times tonight with a hit and 3 walks. Davis Winter now batting for Wausau, the starting pitcher, now shortstop. Has struck out twice, also doubled and scored this evening. 1 for 3, Winter batting left-handed. Anderson from the stretch. Delivers, high hopper over the mound and into center field for a base hit. Rye stops at second base. And Davis Winter has his second hit tonight. Only 4 Wausau hits in this ballgame.
Number 12, Marshall Hilke.
But the Bulldogs have base runners at first and second with nobody out. For right fielder Marshall Hilke had a big 2-run double in that 3-run 6th inning. Hilke has also struck out and fouled out. 1 for 3. Anderson in the stretch. Delivers, fouled back for strike 1. It's Marshfield 9, Wausau 3. Wausau batting top of the 7th. Runners at first and second, and nobody out. No balls, 1 strike on Marshall Helke, the cleanup man for Wausau tonight. Anderson ready. Throws again. Ground ball towards second base. Osterman to Sadowska for 1 on to first base for the double play. Marshfield turns a 4-6-3 double play. Just like that, 2 outs, and Rye takes third base on the play. And the Wausau batter, first baseman Logan Glavinsky, has bounced to third, reached base on an error and flied to right. He's 0 for 3. Anderson stays in the stretch here and throws low and outside, ball 1. By the way, the game on Thursday between Marshfield and Wausau has been postponed, so there'll be no baseball here at Jack Hackman Field on Thursday. Wausau at Marshfield Thursday postponed. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Smash to left field, drops for a base hit. Rye is in, RBI base hit for Logan Glavinsky, and Wausau now trails 9-4.
The single brings up number 15.
Rye scores on that base hit by Glavinsky. And brings up the third baseman Breck Blaubach. He is 0 for 3 tonight. Anderson stays in the stretch and throws over for call strike 1. Understand that Wausau is playing in a tournament in Minnesota this weekend, so they need an early start on Friday morning. Don't want to bust back to Wausau after a ball game on Thursday night. 0-1 pitch. Down low for a ball, 1 ball, 1 strike. So that Wausau Marshfield Legion game on Thursday will be made up at a later date. So no baseball here at Jack Hackman Field on Thursday. 1 ball, 1 strike on Breck Blaubach. Pitch on the way, smashed to left field for a base hit. Blaubach singles, and Glavinsky moves up to second base. Wausau now has 6 hits, 3 of those in this inning. The left fielder Bennett Kobach standing in. He has walked, reached base in an error, and struck out. 0 for 2. Mason Anderson trying to nail down this Marshfield win, get that final out. Mason from the stretch. Curveball breaks across for call strike 1. Now there will be baseball for a Marshfield team on Thursday. The Marshfield 16U team will play at Wisconsin Rapids in a doubleheader on Thursday. Game 1 begins Thursday at 5:30. Here's the 0-1 delivery. That falls down low for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Marshfield and Wausau Legion baseball tonight at Jack Hackman Field. Ball and a strike on Bennett Kobach. Pitch on the way. Going inside for ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Mason Anderson in relief of Dawson Luther trying to get that final out for Marshfield. 2-1 delivery on the way. In there for call strike. Count now 2 balls and 2 strikes on Bennett Kobach. Stands in there once again. There's a curveball and just missed inside for ball 3. Kobach flinched but did not offer. Pitch a bit inside, and the count now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs, so the base runners will be on the move here with this pitch. Anderson gets ready. 3-2 pitch on the way. Over for called strike 3 to end the ball game. Kobach strikes out, first strikeout for Anderson, and that ends the ball game. Wausau in the 7th, 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, a walk, and 2 men left on base. Our final score tonight: Marshfield 9, Wausau 4. And back with a full recap on our postgame report in just a moment.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy. here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fure, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafflatiri, Caffla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fure, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafflatiri, Caffla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Scored 5 in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Chase Robinson doubled. Bryce Shoddy singled to score Chase. Shoddy took second base on the throw, stole third base, and scored on a base hit by Nathan Richardson. Richardson then went to second base when Jacob Sadowski was hit by a pitch. Matt Kaninsky then flied out, and Richardson went to third base.
And we are back at Jack Hackman Field, where Marshfield comes away with a 9-4 win. Coach, it's you back-to-back nights. You make it a little interesting. Wausau came within one last night. We had that 4-0 lead, and all of a sudden now back with a one-run lead until you get that big rally in the last couple innings here.
Yeah, similar game to last night, really. I mean, just credit to Wausau. They kept battling, and, I mean, they got a really good pitcher. Davis Winters, a very, very good pitcher. I knew we were going to have our work cut out for us tonight against him. So the kids did a good job battling and putting the ball in play and trying to make things happen that way. But, yeah, I mean, the really good job by our guys and Wausau to, I mean, you know, they made us sweat it the back-to-back nights for sure.
Yeah, so now you get actually a couple days off now before this big tournament over in Eau Claire, and you're going to meet a couple of foes over there that you've already seen this year in De Pere and also Eau Claire also. So and of course you get Eau Claire in the very first game of the tournament over at
Late night, yeah. Saturday night. Yeah.
Oh, no, but I'm saying in the regional tournament, you'll get Eau Claire. So you'll get another idea of what they all got. But you played them a doubleheader here, so you're going to see them actually 4 times this year.
Yeah, Eau Claire's really good. They always are. We'll have our work cut out for us. This tournament's going to be really good this year. They added Manitowoc, who's a very solid team. So we'll see them Friday. Winona, we've played some really close games with them over the years. Eau Claire is always tough in that night game on Saturday night at 8 o'clock. And then the Pier on Sunday. It just there will not be an easy game. So we're going to have our work cut out for us. But yeah, these off days probably, help the pitching a little bit. We should be pretty fresh going in with our pitching. So that helps.
So, and going down the stretch here now, you've got now a game lead in the conference here now, as a win last night and a win tonight, and you've got Plover coming up in another week and a half of 3 games right there, which I think will be the key games right there for the conference title.
Yeah, they're playing really good baseball. No surprise there. But yeah, we just got to keep doing what we've been doing in the league and playing good baseball, and keep putting pressure on teams offensively. That's going to be our calling card, is make teams work when we're on offense. So it helps when you got guys like Dawson Luther, 2 strikes, puts one over the fence. And that always helps, right? So our goal, our strength is 1 through 9 in our batting order, and we don't not give any easy outs, and you make teams work for it.
Exactly. And so, Josh, thanks for stopping by. Good luck this weekend, and we'll catch you next week then. Josh Metz, the head coach for the Blue Devils here, with me, the player of the game. And Mason, we've talked a couple times now this year, but tough situation you came in here with bases loaded, and you had to get those outs in there, otherwise Wausau either ties it up or goes ahead.
Yeah, it was a tough situation, but I knew I had to go in and throw strikes and just trusted my defense. Cash made a good catch there, and we got out of it. The bats gave me some insurance there in the 7th. Yeah,
big bats there by Dawson with that 3-run homer in there, and a big double down the left field line here also. But, a great ball game. And Mr. Versatile, playing second base tonight, you're catching, pitching. What can't you play?
I'm not very good in the outfield. I'll drop every fly ball you hit to me. But otherwise, I've worked on all these positions, and it's been fun. And, I'm just trying to be a better ball player all around. So wherever I can help the team, I love to play.
All right, Mason, thanks for stopping by. You know how this is done. Well, I'm going to put you in the house. I'll count you down.
Sounds good. Thank you. 3, 2, 1. I'm Mason Anderson, and I'm in the house. Roll Blue Devils.
Thanks, Mason. Good luck this weekend. Again, a big win for the Marshfield Blue Devils as they increase their lead in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. Now, I think 8-2, and they've won